What is going on, everyone? My name is Kenneth Beard here with Stock Indices, where I go over economic data and I go over technical analysis to put that all together to make an overall assumption for you all so you can make money making trades. So if you like this type of content, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I make these videos every single day, Monday through Friday. And I'm also wearing Innovative Ambition. So if you guys like the type of merch that I have on, it is a very nice clothing brand. So go ahead and hit that link in the description. And Innovative Ambition, all motivational gear. While you're trading, you can have some innovative ambition. Think outside the box. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's hop straight into this video. So today is Tuesday, October 26th, and we have three main economic indicators that I want to go over with you all today. The first one being the Case-Shiller Home Price Index, previously coming in at 19.8%. The actual is 19.8%. So we're not really seeing any movement in the Case-Shiller Home Price Index, indicating to us that there isn't really any fluctuated difference within the prices of residential homes. Usually, when that number decreases, we see the prices of residential homes decrease. But since that number is just staying the same, that's letting us know that the overall value of homes in the economy, that number, that price isn't changing. So we're not seeing anything, with that, which is you could say that's a good thing. We like to see things gradually get, better, but it's how you look at it. Maybe if you're a home owner and you're looking at, why do I look so bright? Maybe if you're a homeowner and you're looking at, investing in some real estate, you want to see the Case-Shiller Home Price Index go up because you may want the value of your property to go up. Or maybe if you're looking to actually get into investments, you want the Case-Shiller Home Price Index to decrease because you want to see, the prices of homes lower, so maybe you can get something at a discount. It's however you look at it. So yeah, that's for that number. Consumer Confidence Index, previously at 109.8. The median forecast was 108.0, coming in at 113.8. So consumer confidence is increasing, so that's a good thing. New home sales previously at 702,000. Median forecasted to be 760,000. We hit at 800,000. So that's good as well. So everything, as far as economic indicators are looking positive. We have consistent Case-Shiller Home Price Index, increasing confidence rate, and increasing new home sales, showing that people are active in the home buying market. So that is good to see for the overall market as far as economic data goes. So let's hop straight into these charts. So the first thing that I will be looking at here is the volatility index, which is the VIX, showing us overall fear in the market. And we can see here now that VIX is, arriving at some support down here. And we're seeing just, a hold right here. And we've been seeing a strong sell-off in volatility for quite a while now. But as of right now, it looks like volatility has came to a bottom, and don't know if that bottom is going to hold or if it's going to continue to go lower, but the bottom is most definitely holding up, VIX right now. And with that being said, that may be indicating us that we're going to see some volatility enter into the market, and we may get a pullback anytime soon now. Over here looking at the ES Mini S&P 500 futures here. The futures are making all-time highs for the second day in a row. We broke out of that resistance level, the 52-week high. We broke out of that, and now we are right sitting above here And yesterday I said I want to see this, what the strength is looking like. We're still having this low volume. Now, with the low volume coming in, with the low volume coming in, there are a couple of things that you would want to look out for. So, the low volume on the uptrend either could mean that investors are not completely certain to, put more of their money into this overextended trend. And now, yes, we've been on a technical basis seeing quite a bit of strength, but that does not necessarily mean that, investors are 100% confident. And me saying that, the reason why I'm saying that is just because we're slowly seeing decreasing volume. Now, we had a little, we had bigger volume here. We had a tiny increase when we had eventually broke out. But on the entirety of this trend, we've been seeing declining volume. Now, usually when looking at price, looking at volume, my what's this called? Volume profile. Well, usually we look at that. We look at volume at certain prices, and so when there is a consolidation or a buildup or a fight between the buyers and sellers, something like this, we get a larger amount of volume at that specific price, which will make sense because you got buyers and sellers agreeing to either take over and go and continue to go short, or we have buyers and sellers fighting each other to take over and then potentially go back bullish. So, it's like a friction, and then during that friction, we're getting a build-up of potential momentum. And so when that momentum releases, then we see one side, whether it be the sellers, kind of give up and give in, and then we see an excess amount of demand, ultimately leading into, slower volume during that trend. So that could be the reason why, it's kind of a strange concept, but that was kind of what I was discussing with one of my friend of mine. He was kind of telling me that he was explaining to me that if there aren't many sellers, that demand will exceed it, and you'll see volume start to decrease. And the more I think about that, I think like, okay, for every buyer, there must be a seller. So there can't really be less selling, but there can be higher demand, higher excessive amount of people trying to buy and not taking any less price, not taking a lower offer, making the price go up. And so here we got an uptrend, low volume, meaning that, you know, maybe there isn't a struggle. Maybe the sellers aren't there yet to kind of combat this trend. So it's like there's no offers, there's no sellers, there's not many people, combating this overall uptrend which we're seeing right now. So it's allowing the market to easily flow back into all-time highs. It's kind of like someone's controlling it to be like, we're not seeing, the volume. And so that's my only concern right now with this. We're seeing all-time highs, we're seeing a breakout, and I don't want to be married to the idea that we're supposed to see a pullback soon, but you know, I really want to see volatility kick back in this thing. At least see a pullback of some sort before just automatically hopping into a long position, because I already know once this thing pulls back, I want to see how aggressive are the sellers going to be on that pullback. If the sellers are not that aggressive, we get a pullback light volume, and then we continue to trend with higher volume, then that may be that people are taking profits, and then that may give me the confirmation to continue to go long. Until I get something like that, I'm gonna be trading equities because, you know, the indices are kind of they're sketching me out, and not and just because we're seeing this strength on this low volume. That's my only thing. That's my only problem with automatically saying, "Hey, I'm gonna pull the plug and we're going along." You know, other people may see different. Other people may look at the S&P 500 or SPX and say, "Hey, we're long, strength." You know, forget the volume, forget any other 7 day, all the other overextended days that we've had, the 8+ green days with one little tiny indecisive red candle, and we're gonna keep going for another 7 candles. Like, it's something that I'm just very weary about hopping in right away, right off the bat. So that's me. You don't have to follow what I do, but that's my take on, if you're somebody who trades indexes. That's my take on the S&P 500. So hopping into the next stock, we're looking at the Qs, the NASDAQ here. So yesterday we had a green day. Here we're looking like we're seeing some weakness, and the market kind of came up to resistance. Have this hammer looking candle here, which could potentially mean that we're going to pull back, and I could see the market maybe pulling back, maybe basing on here. Maybe we see some consolidation, some tightness in that range before making all-time highs. So it looks like the NASDAQ is looking a bit more reasonable when it comes to making a trade. So may look at trading some NASDAQ future options. That could be something I'm interested in, because it gives me a setup at least. Without a setup, I don't take a trade, and you guys shouldn't either. So yeah, we're at all-time highs. Saw some overhead resistance. Look like we're seeing some weakness. Want to see how we close today. If we close strong, okay, that can lead me to believe that if we close strong, then we may see tomorrow the stock opened up and continue to pull back before it reclaims either a EMA or it bases off of that previous resistance zone that we have there and makes its way back up to all-time highs. So that's what I got for Qs. The next one I will be looking at is RTY. The RTY here is right at that resistance level, which I have marked with several different overhead resistance points. Like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, now 6. Looking like we're seeing some weakness here. Clear psychological level that investors see. Value very high level as well. So that being said, looks like we're seeing some weakness. We may see a pullback to the value very high. I mean, not the value very high, but the point of control. We may see a pullback to the point of control, or the weakness that we see here may not get any weaker, and we may see some tightness right below the resistance level, and then push higher, and then we have another resistance level up above, and we're gonna have, so it's a lot of fighting that we have to do. And so with this here, I do want to see some volume. Now we have lower volume right now. Most of the indexes that I'm looking at, and most of the futures, I'm looking at low volume. So I really want to see some volume come in here and confirm that we're having an aggressive trend. And so that doesn't mean that you can't trade around these things, but when I'm trading anything without aggressive volume, confirming the trend, I'm always being just a little bit careful, so I don't, I can mitigate that risk as much as possible, and always expect that with low volume, the trend could easily reverse against me, because there's not much volume, saying that, hey, I'm 100% confident that we're going in this direction, right? So that's what I'm looking at for RTY here. It looks like we could have some weakness. And if we continue to see this weakness and this thing pull back, may look to write some calls on this one, because like I said, every single time we bounce and we do see it close, we get that pullback, and we pull back all the way towards support. And if that happens again, you know, what a better way to take advantage of that drop by, either buying puts or selling calls or shorting futures if you want to do that, whatever you want to do. But as far as direction, if that thing continues to show weakness throughout this week, then that's how I'm going about it. So anything else? Excuse me, I'm just looking for it. Okay, so looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average, already seen some weakness up here, looking like we're topping right at the Valuary high level. And so this is looking like it's going to be a false breakout right after we broke out of highs. Looks like we may pull back right into that range, or we could just pause here for a second and kind of move sideways. I know that's kind of how these things tend to work, like right here. But usually we get a drop of some sort, so we may get a drop, and then continue to move higher, and that will be the start of the new, trend from seeing that big pullback into making a recovery to all-time highs, to then recognizing all-time highs, having another minor pullback, not like what we've seen before, but a minor pullback for people who bought in at the bottom to either take profits up above and reposition themselves. That's really the only reason that I could think of that happening, and then continue to go long on the indexes. So that's for DIA. And I want to go over one stock in particular that I was looking at today. I was looking at Amazon. Amazon had this level here, this consistent level of support and resistance, but it's the point of control level. So we have two confirmations right off the bat. We have point of control level, we have support and resistance, each at one of these levels. Boom, 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 getting hit multiple times. Now we saw a doom, and we also see this is an uptrend as well. So we saw a doom, we came up, bounced up, and then we pulled back right to the point of control to all of these resistance and support levels. And so today, saw this, was already anticipating for this to happen. Saw a big green candle. And so what I'm currently doing on this is I have some sold puts credit spreads below here. I think about 24 days out to expiration. And so that gives me enough time to, really say, okay, I'm out on Amazon 24 days. That gives me time to say, okay, is this going to actually happen? If it doesn't happen, I can get out, readjust myself, roll, do anything that I want to do, So I usually, with my credit spreads, I usually try to do at least 2 weeks out. And when I do 2 weeks out on my credit spreads, I'll use I typically allocate about 20% of my account, but not all at once. So I'll in a single month, I'll have put up at least 20% collateral. Now I break that down individually, and so every 2 weeks I may put around 7 to 10% collateral up, and I just manage my risk very aggressively. And so I'm constantly watching these trades. I'm constantly, having stop losses and things of that nature to help me mitigate in case, as well as going further out in expiration, so that theta decay and delta and other those things are not, and gamma risk as well, is not eating away at my trade extremely quick, like you would if you're doing a 0 DTE or maybe a weekly. So that's all I got for this video today. If you enjoyed this, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Innovative Ambition merch, go check that out. Link in the description. Make these videos every single day, Monday through Friday, for you to have informative information. So if you enjoy these type of videos, click that video up in the right corner. That's going to lead you to the rest of my channel, another video that you guys can check out. And I will see you on the next one.